That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dave Mo. You already know what it is. First and foremost, thank you to everybody that was checking on me. I was, as some of you guys may know, well, I'm saying thank you to the ones that was checking, so obviously they know. I was in the hospital for about 3 weeks, maybe 4. I had a 0 platelet count. That's what I got to see. I can see myself. I'm looking that way, but I'm trying to look at you, but the camera's this way. Anyway, with that being said, I came to the hospital. So the story goes real quick, all right? This has nothing to do with cars. So if you're, the channel's about cars and making money. So if you're here for that, just skip this video altogether. I'm gonna save you guys some time, all right? This is for the people that want to know what was going on and why I haven't been around for a while. And definitely for the people that were checking on me through emails, comments, text messages. I appreciate all of you guys. I was down and out for a while. It was a little touch and go. I couldn't really respond. Definitely could not make videos past that first video. But with that being said, it's been one hell of a year. Try to take your boy home twice this year. But, I'm still here making these videos. Hopefully gonna put out a lot more for you guys because I really do enjoy it. With that being said, I had a rash on my arm. It wasn't a rash, it was actually the blood leaving the capillaries, creating these little red spots all over my forearms and legs. I had went to the restroom to drop a deuce, and I wear long sleeves at work, and I rolled up my sleeves and I had noticed these red spots. So I took a picture of them. I sent them to a friend of mine. I sent them to my boss, and I sent them to a friend of mine who's a nurse, and they recommended that I, number 1, leave work. Number 2, make an appointment for employee health the next day. So I did that. Went to employee health, had some labs done, and just went home. A couple hours later, I get a phone call, and I'm told, get to any ER, get there right away, blah, 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 blah. So me being me, they said I had a 0 platelet count. I quickly went on to Google, Dr. Google that shit, typical man. And it said if you have low platelets, take vitamin K. So luckily enough, my girl happened to be next to me when the phone rang, and she overheard the conversation. So I looked at her and I was like, hey babe, do me a favor, run up to the Walmart or whatever, pick me up the biggest bottle they have of vitamin K. She looks at me and says, are you stupid? Pack your shit. No, I'm gonna pack your shit. We're going to the hospital. I'm like, I'm not going to the hospital. Typical man bullshit, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to curse. Typical man BS. I took a shower, lollygag, packed the bag, thinking it's gonna be an in and out 1, 2, 3 thing. Again, I don't know if that's me being a man or me just being pig-headed. I guess one and one is the same, right? 6.5 does to a dozen. So anyway, end up in the ER. I have a lot of friends there. Was able to get pushed right into the back. I had a room, I had everything was great. And long story longer, I ended up having 2 splenic embolizations back to back. We did one on like a Thursday, the next one was on a Wednesday. Was on a bunch of IVIG. I was on end plates, all kinds of medication. It was just a real crazy thing. Obviously, I'm home now. My platelets are all over the place, but I'm still home. No bleeding. But the moral of this story is there's a few things here that I want to get my point across. And this is because I consider you guys like family, like all my subscribers and anyone really watching this video. If you know me, I don't do this for the money. I'm definitely not a YouTuber. I'm a foul-mouthed, career-having car seller, car dealer. You know what I mean? I don't even own my own dealership. That's the truth of the matter. I rent, if you will, someone else's license from them. I'm a dealer rep. I can't be no more real than that with you. And at the end of the day, I love what I do as my career. I haven't been to work in a month, but I absolutely love it. I love selling cars. I just was able to go to the lot today and finally walk around the lot and see where we're at with everything. Fun story about the lot. We're going to get into this, but I've now stepped up over there. The owner and I had a coming to God meeting, if you will, and he wants to step away from the dealership and he was been looking for someone to step up in the dealership. He likes me. He likes my style. He likes my forwardness. He trusts me. Huge thing is trust, right? I never fuck nobody, never mess no one over. So we got a few more conversations to get through, namely money, right? We always got to talk about money, and you know, we're going to open up the market. I'd like to see that dealership with 30-40 reps. In this time and age, especially here in Tampa, Florida, the housing market's ridiculous. Prices have skyrocketed. I don't know if you guys are watching the news. Tampa, Florida is the #1 place with the highest increase in rent alone. My house doubled in value over the last year. I'm not bragging, these are facts. My neighbor sold a fixer-upper for about $370,000. My house was just totally redone. So Tampa's real estate market's becoming a lot more difficult, okay? Because if you were to sell your house, where can you go? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? So a lot of people are looking to get into something else, put their money somewhere else, where maybe they're not making as much as they were with real estate, but they're still making something. Cars, boats, jet skis, fun stuff, you know, whatever it is. So that's definitely something that we're gonna be talking about. But I just wanna give a huge shout out to, you know, Leroy. When I was down and out, Leroy was able to communicate with me when I was able to communicate, and he, you know, he took the ball and ran with it. I made a video a few months ago about $40,000 worth of rotting cars. He took almost every one of those cars and actually got them all up and running. Now, as I mentioned to you in the past, Leroy does carry one of my credit cards. So really all he has to do is call me and say, hey, you know, do you want me to buy this motor? Do you want me to do this, that, the next thing? I was able to look for some motors and I found them. I was able to source them. And, you know, with him having my card, he did it. And then what ended up happening was there was times where he wasn't able to use my card because it's in my name, not his. And some people gave him a hard time with it. And during those times, he just simply put the money out. He took his own money out and he spent it. He also covered all the labor. All right. Wasn't worried about me dying, wasn't worried about me not paying him, wasn't worried about anything other than me getting healthy, knowing the situation with my job, me not, you know, collecting a paycheck, because COVID really took all my paid time off or accrued time off. So I only had like maybe 40 hours of sick time, if you will. So the rest of the time, I haven't been collecting money. Well, that's a lie. I was able to get disability, which is only like 67%, you know, but it's still something, and I'm still grateful for that. But Leroy was able to look and be like, hey, you know what? That's my man. I need to make sure he's good. He ended up selling a few cars when I was down and out, and we could go over all that stuff as well. But this comes down to keeping real, true motherfuckers around you. I'm sorry again. Keeping true people with you, not screwing over people that would not screw you over. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even have my girl's number. So he made his wife call my girl and was like, hey, listen, you know, I know you got access to all of Dave's stuff, but if you need cash, or, you know, if there's something I could do for you, I know you're spending most of your days. I mean, my girl was in the hospital from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8:30 at night, you know, sitting by my bed or whatever. You know, he would come here, he'd check on the kids. He took the kids to like, there was like a little stupid carnival thing or whatever. Like, he took them there. He never asked for no money or nothing like that. And to me, that's family. You know what I mean? So all these videos that you see, I'm always like, yo, take care of the people you love. Take care of the people that take care of you. And this is one of those situations where that exact thing is why you got to take care of the people that take care of you. You know, and God forbid it ever went the other way, rest assured that I would be there for him the same way. Hopefully I never have to prove that, but if ever I had to, I promise you, on everything that I love, I'll be there. So that's that. Another interesting thing that I want to talk to you guys about is if you guys have careers, and I don't know if you're self-employed, if this works, but if you have careers and you work for an organization that offers short-term and long-term disability, you know, take them up on the offer, no matter how much it costs. You know, I think for my short-term disability, I was paying like $10 a month. And I think for my long-term disability, I might have been paying like $5 a month. Or I have those numbers backwards. Let me tell you, even with having, you know, a bunch of money in the bank, not a bunch of money, having money in the bank, and because I believe in having a nest egg. So for me, making sure that all my bills are paid for X amount of time was very important to me. So that was the first thing I did before I even started getting into the cars, was I made sure I had my nest egg. So I did that. But then when I had gotten sick, and I forgot about this when I had COVID, so I kind of messed myself up on that one. But I'll tell you this, one of the best amounts of money I spent was getting the short-term disability. Even though it's only like 66 or 67%, that dollar amount is helpful. Anything is better than zero, you know, and I get that money on a weekly basis for 6 weeks. So it keeps coming in, and that money is actually enough to cover the mortgage and some of my bills, combined with what I already had in my bill fund, and definitely not even touching my emergency fund. You know, we were okay. You know, one of the first things I said to my girl was, because she's not on any paperwork with me, was don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the house is paid for X amount of years. I just had to move money out of one account into another account, and it comes out automatically, along with the electric, the water, all my credit cards. Well, the credit cards, there is no money on credit cards, but all that kind of stuff. So that's super important, guys. If you're given that opportunity, and I know we just missed open enrollment, but next year, if you did not take advantage of that this year, do yourself a favor and take advantage of that, okay? I can't be any more honest with you. Don't be cheap. Don't try to save the $15 a month thinking that nothing's ever going to happen, because I could tell you this, I never thought in a million years that I'd get sick twice in the same year. I didn't think I'd ever get sick once in the same year. Once at all, for that matter. Now, with that being said, there is another thing that I did not have, and I wish I did have. It's kind of a disability insurance plan. So now I'm going to talk about this briefly, and then I want you to do your own homework. So you have life insurance, right? I have life insurance. I have 2 policies. I have a policy that covers my home, and that policy, God forbid I died, the first thing it's going to do is pay off the house, and then whatever amount of money is left over, because I've been paying the house aggressively, it'll go to my beneficiary. I have a second life insurance policy that is a straight cash policy. That policy will go to, you know, a large chunk of that will go to my girl. And it's because my girl lives with me and I cover all the bills and everything else. That money, that one large sum of money, will go to her and the children, but mainly her, to be able for her to go out and possibly, probably not in Tampa with the prices, but possibly buy a home or buy a condo, or you know, get an apartment and have money left over, maybe get some money for the kids to go to college, whatever she chooses to do with the money, because I am the breadwinner here, and she's got a few health issues of her own that prevents her from working. And I've known this woman for 12 years, and we've been together for 3. So, you know, I don't mind the situation that we're in. She does a lot of things for me and the kids, her kids, you know, but I guess our kids, whatever, I don't know. But the moral of the story here is, that's life insurance. There is another type of insurance that you're going to want to talk to your agent about, and I think it's like living life insurance or disability insurance or whatever. Now, I did not have this insurance, so I actually was talking or going over my life insurance policies with my broker, or my agent rather, through this time, and he had told me about this other plan similar to an Aflac plan, but so there's a bunch of them, and you could have like cancer if you lost a limb, terminal illness, all kinds of stuff you can have. But there is another one that I found out that's like a disability type. So let's just say, like, what happened to me and I ended up on disability, this insurance would have paid one of 2 ways. One, they would have looked at him and like, okay, you're on disability, we're going to pay all your bills until you get better. If you go to long-term disability, they will like pay all your bills. They'll wipe them right out. Okay. Or they'll give you one lump sum. So let's just say you had and again, this is gonna be different for everybody because everyone lives differently. And again, guys, this video, like I said in the beginning, is not about cars. This is just me looking out for my people, and hopefully at least one person takes my experience and gets disability, gets some disability insurance, has life insurance. Even as a youngster, you know, in your early 20s, for my early 20 viewers, you know, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. Any age. You know, you could be driving a car, God forbid, you know, and the motherfucking tire falls off and you roll that bitch, whatever, man. You know, you could leave that money to your parents, pay off their house, you know, because at the end of the day, they'd rather have you, but why not? If you're going to be out of the game anyway, right? Because no one knows what's going to happen, but if you're going to lose your life any which way, why not bless the people with a little bit of dough? I mean, that's how I look at it. Shit. If I'm going to buy the big one, I might as well make it worth someone's while, you know, bless someone, and the people that you're blessing, they'd much rather have you, but not leaving them with the burden of a mortgage, or not leaving them with any burdens whatsoever. It's a nice thing. I know this is super morbid to be going over, but this is real life. We're talking here now, okay? So this other insurance I'm talking about, you can also have, like what I went with was a $400,000 policy now. And for $400,000, I'm paying $115 a month, okay? So basically what that does is if I get sick at all, okay, and I end up in a hospital situation, I call them up and I put in a claim, and I say, you know, they're gonna say, okay, you're gonna get $400,000, do you want $300,000, $200,000, whatever the dollar amount is, because if you take out the whole thing, then you close out the insurance altogether, all right? Later on in life, I can also take loans out against it. That's what I'm coming to find out that rich people actually do. Rich people, ultra rich people, have a bunch of life insurance policies and a bunch of insurance policies that they'll actually leverage like stocks against, and then take loans out against their own money, paying almost 0% in interest, but never actually taking money out of the stock market or having to pay capital gains tax, because they're actually just taking out loans against the money they have, leaving their money in the market. That's a whole nother video we'll get into down the road. I have to do a lot more homework on that, believe me, I'm going to. But what we're talking about here is the disability thing. So look into it, guys. Figure out what works for you. And this insurance that we're talking about here is not to be confused with life insurance. It's like a disability insurance, not an Aflac policy. It's a disability insurance. So if anything was to happen to you, you would put in a claim, and I would have put in the claim and been like, hey, you know, my platelets are at 0. I would have did it right from the beginning. It's not looking very good. They would have cashed me out, whatever I decided to take out. And if I know me, I'm going to take out enough to pay off the house. And I would have just said, yo, fuck it, boom, here's a house that's paid off. I made it out of the hospital, so good. I made it out of the hospital, the house is paid off. Bada bing, bada boom, one less bill. Okay. If I bought the big one, it doesn't matter anyway. I already paid off the house. I'll get the money from the insurance that was supposed to pay off the house. That money would have probably went to my niece and my nephew, make sure they got college ahead of them, make sure that they, you know, whatever it is they want to do is done. Some money would have probably went to my parents to pay off their house, whatever little bit they might have left. You know, and obviously, like I said, my girl and her kids would have got some money as well. But with that being said, guys, I just want to say, you know, as fucked up as this video is, Happy New Year. Please take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and really listen to what I'm trying to tell you, because I know this video sucks. I know it does, because no one likes to talk about this shit. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not supposed to be cursing. I know. God, I'm the worst. I'm the fucking worst. Just take heed to what I'm telling you, man. Really seriously take heed to what I'm saying. Just do the right thing. Put this money that we're all making here and put it to insurance policies, because it's like a gun. You know, and that's the only thing I can say. It's like a gun. You know what I mean? You could leave home without it, but when you need it, you need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd much rather have my shit with me and never ever have to use it than leave it at home one day and need it that day. You feel me? I mean, that's just what it is. Or like $100 bill. You know what I mean? Everyone, you know, even in this day and age where we all use plastic in our phones, but you still got to carry some sort of cash on you, because you never know if the ATM machine's not working. You never know if the gas pump all of a sudden is not taking credit. Your phone won't fucking send. Oh, damn it, man. Your phone won't make the payment for you. Cash will always be king. Cash will never not be king. Okay, so always carry a little bit of cash. I think most of you guys know that. Had the insurance, guys. I gotta go. Probably having. I think my girl's having her kids over here tonight or whatever. I gotta be very mindful of what I do, because they took 2 portions of my spleen are now gone, so I have to be very careful with people that are around me, because I can't get sick just yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what I understand, from what the doctor told me, you know, I'm very susceptible to any sort of, you know, even the common cold right now could be difficult for me to fight off. And the funniest shit is I work in a hospital and I'm dying to go back to work. You feel me? Like, not because of the money, not because of any of that stuff, because that shit's squared away. It's because I need to work. I'm a worker. I need to be there. I need that in my life. Like, I need to wake up in the morning and I need to do stuff. This hanging out in the house and shit like that is not for me. I'm not that dude. Anyways, guys, much love, much respect. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Listen to what I'm telling you. I apologize for making this video like this. I'm gonna release it today, and hopefully next week we're gonna get into some more car stuff. All right, let's get this shit popping. Almost at 1,000. At 1,000, I can monetize and start making a little bit of chump change. Probably not even $1. YouTube doesn't cut checks unless it's 100. So I'm sure it's gonna be a long time before I get a check. But like I said, I'm not a YouTuber, man. I'm a car dealer. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. I'm out.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend.